Hey guys, this is Cree. Welcome back to the right side of 50. It's been a few days. Just want to say hello, pop on in and check as usual on everybody's mental health. I know mine right now is still all over the place and especially trying to get YouTube going and, we can get into that a little bit. Um, so right now with my journey of YouTube, it's still a little bit challenging. It is new, as you guys know. Um, I started this channel, I started creating content December of 2024. Um, I've had the channel for, uh, I don't know, over 10 years, I'm thinking, or close to it, who knows, but I've always used my channel, like most people, for content as far as watching other people's content. So never created my own until recent. So right now, as I've discussed, in previous videos, it's really just trying to, get the organization down. So with my channel, my purpose is really to focus on mental health, how you guys deal with your mental health, um, how you overcome challenges when you are creating your content. So let's speak about it a little bit. If I bring it back to me for just a moment. So right now, as I've mentioned in the past, right now I am challenged in ways of my career. So right now, it's a lot of us who maybe we're not happy with our current positions, and it could be for various reasons. Money is usually a factor, a big one, or just what you do, I guess. So, or maybe your scheduling, your travel could be a reason. Me right now, I'm remote. I'm in the insurance industry. I am an adjuster. So I've been doing this for about a year. I've found a lot of challenges with it. And what I've noticed is it definitely affects um, everything I do and everything going on around me. And I can say that both ways. Let's just keep that in mind. This job, it affects things I do outside of it. And then, I can look at it to say things on the outside can affect my position or my job right now as well. Okay. This job takes a lot of focus, it takes a lot of energy, a lot of detail. Okay. Um, you can't. Uh, you can't have five, six, seven different things going on at one time, okay? You got to do one claim at a time, okay? So right now I've gone through some challenges over the last several months. I've moved to a different department to see if that'll work. What I'm noticing is that's still not working for me. Um, I'm trying to come to terms that maybe this is just not for me. So I know a lot of people, they'll say, you know what, Creed, why don't you just move on? Just find something else. Um, I wish I could say that was easy. There's a lot of factors as far as why I can't do that. I just can't get up and say, hey, let me, um, do something different. And that really more so is because, money for one, because I don't have two, three, four sources of income. This is really the main income that I have. So if I decide to move on with this, let's just say go elsewhere, I have to have a plan for that. So I have to have something in place. At this time, I don't have anything in place. Um, you know, have I 100% made up my mind and said, you know what, I'm leaving? No. I had some things going on in the last couple of weeks, health wise and everything else. As you guys know, my father has been ill, and there's some other things. um, factoring in. So I had to put my position on hold for a little bit so that I can address some urgent situations. Okay. I didn't really get a whole lot of time to think about the next move, um, as far as my journey is. So your family is supposed to be number one, but we also know realistically, you have to survive. Okay. So survival mode, unfortunately, a lot of us are in that mode. I don't like the feeling of survival mode where you feel forced in a corner. So my corner right now is doing what I'm doing until I come up with another plan. Okay, I'm trying to keep forcing myself to do this, but at the end of the day, it doesn't make you happy. Is it something that you can see yourself doing? I don't think a job should stress you in the way that it's constantly on your mind, you're constantly thinking about it, yada yada and all that. Okay. I don't think a job should do that. Um, there was a time that maybe I could have dealt with it a little bit easier, but when you got outside factors, family and things, weighing in, it's kind of hard to do that. So, I just, it's something's got to give, something's got to break. Okay. And I don't really want it to break, but, something has to give here. So, what I would tell anybody, I mean, family is first, of course. Your children, your if you have a significant other, husband, wife, whatever, your parents are still alive, anybody that you care about and cares about you, of course they're first, but you still have to take care of yourself. And see, that's the thing that many of us, I won't say most, but many of us, we don't do. We try to take care of the world, we try to take care of everybody around us, but we don't take care of ourselves. Okay, that's the nature of our personality. um, I'm very indecisive about things. I really don't like that about myself because I wish I could just make a decision, a snap decision, without having to put so much thought into it. Um, I've never really found myself as an overthinker, but some things again, I can't just get up and go. So when I moved out here 17 years ago, Um, the thought was on my mind for a couple of years, and then I finally decided and narrowed it down to maybe a 90-day window, roughly. Can't remember exact because it was so long ago. And I just did it. Now, I was in a different position at that time. Things were a lot cheaper. Right now, here we are where things are not like they used to be. So, most of us, I think, can say that. If you leave your position right now, your family, I guarantee your family is depending on your income. So, for ones out there who have a two-income household, I will probably bet that you still need both incomes. You may be able to get by with one, barely, skin of your teeth, but two is more comfortable. So, um, if I sit there and make such a just rush decision like that and just say, you know what, I can't do this anymore and walk away, I know that I have to be in hustle mode the next day. Now, another factor with hustling right now is I am without a vehicle at this moment. Okay. Um, that's unusual for me, but not to say that it hasn't happened, okay, where I didn't have a vehicle, okay? So if I had a vehicle, I think it wouldn't be a relaxed situation, but I know my hustle would be stronger. I know I would have a little bit more flexibility because there are things that you can do with your vehicle. It's a little harder to hustle without a vehicle. Unless, of course, you're very skilled online. I am not. Digital products, things like that. I'm still in research mode. Maybe I'm over analyzing some things. Maybe I need to just get up and act on it. Um, that's something. But we'll see. I just still taking things one day at a time. Okay. So, um, you know, I'm still trying to get this channel together on that level so that we, have a execution plan as far as what's what, because again, I think I'm beating a dead horse here with this position. So I have to really, I just have to stop with the indecisiveness, because that I know was my problem. Going back to my YouTube channel, thing is that I've been working on was the consistency of my organization with my content. So most of the content that I've talked about has been mental health related, because I think that's important, especially with everything that's going on. This channel, this is just not about me. I know there are other people out there going through it. You're forced in a position, you're forced into a job that you don't like, you don't care for. People are quitting left and right. People are getting fired left and right. And I'm one of those people, I'm grateful for them giving me a chance and even giving me the opportunity to maybe try another department. Um, I don't think they'll be willing to do it again. Uh, so I have to figure it out because they're not gonna just keep moving me around because trying a pair of shoes on and saying no, this doesn't fit, no, this doesn't fit, let's try this. They're not going to have that much patience for me. Okay. And so I'm one of those people, I would rather just remove myself um, before they do anything, And I know some people say, well, just wait to this and let's, no, no, no. I mean, unless they can work with me and put me back in more of a customer service based role and not have to do all the breaking down and everything. Customer service is something I'm excellent with over the phone once I've been trained and I have the execution as far as what why are they calling, and answer their questions. If I don't have the answer, let me get the answer for you, kind of thing. That's what customer service is. It's to address, greet the people, let them know that you're here to help them, listen to their problem, go ahead, gather the details, figure it out. If you've got the answer, great. Note the contact, or note the account. Whatever, take payments or whatever industry you're in. If you don't have the answer, then you just have to go and get it resolved, call them back. If it's just going to be a minute, place them on hold. That is repetition. That could be draining too as well. But the difference between that type of position and what I'm doing now is, at least with that position, I know in most cases, I know my job. I know what I have to do. It's what they've trained me for. This position, they've trained me for it. I'm not even doing much phone, but it's a lot of problem solving, trying to figure out if this is something that is something that I need to do, that I need to break down. Once I break it down, how long does it take me? Using the programs, different things. Some of this still just goes over my head. So, mental, going through family, every day is a new day. I have a friend also that's in intensive care. So I've got a couple of different people that, she's family, but a couple of different people that, I worry about on a daily basis. Every day when I thank God, I, of course, have him, please, look over them. Only he knows what's going to happen in the end. I mean, everybody, we all have a ticket, and only he knows when it's time to punch out. As far as being here. So that's heavy on my mind, and then just trying to sustain. my existence, okay, without, living in a cardboard box on the side of the road. So I um, I don't want to do any videos of that, of a day in the life of being homeless. I don't want to. I know a lot of people out there do, but the ones who are doing that, those are people who have vehicles. That is where they live. And I would take living in a vehicle any day over living just on the street in the open, just in the elements, open elements. Okay. Um, I prefer not to do either or at this point, but hey, if you, can set it up so where it's comfortable for you and you can live in that, live in like if you have some type of U-Haul or trailer or large van, and you can get it working for you, that's great. Um, I don't I don't turn my nose up at anybody, even people who don't have any of that. They literally live on the street. I just know that's harder survival. You've seen people out here even live in storage units. Storage units, I would say that's a no-no, because out here it gets very hot. So you have indoor storage units out here, but where they have the AC, but I don't know if I don't even like the idea of living in anything closed up like that, claustrophobic. I can't, I wouldn't be able to do that anyway. But definitely the average that are outdoors or outside, or maybe they're in a building, but they're not air conditioned. I mean, you could die in those things, so you don't want to, you want to be careful. So if anybody in Arizona, if you're going through a hard time, I mean, please reconsider. I've always told my son, um, as long as you have a job, you should have some sort of option. And even if that option is living in a efficiency or kitchenette, whatever, you know, every city calls them something different, but efficiencies or kitchenettes, which are really, honestly, they're usually about the size of a studio apartment. Okay, and I'm in a studio now, so it's only thing with this studio is, I mean, I have a washer and dryer. I have it on the inside. I mean, the complex has their own. I mean, they have them so that you can use them. I don't know if there's units over here that don't have any in the unit. I'm not sure, or maybe those are just backup. I never asked, but this is a studio, and there's actually a stackable washer and dryer that comes with it. So, I mean, there's everything that I need. All my amenities are right here in this unit. However, I would like to go back to something a little larger, one or two bedrooms, um, just to have more space. I had things in storage, but then when my son he relocated, I went ahead and he has room where he's at, so I stored some of my stuff there. But again, I'm sure I mentioned I'm kind of a minimalist, so I don't carry a whole lot of stuff. I've thrown so much stuff away over the last several years, it's not even funny. I have things that mean something to me that I hold on to, and they travel with me or they're in storage. In this case, because I'm in a studio. But I don't, material is just not, it's not a big deal for me. I don't even worry with that. But yeah, it's just nothing for me at this point, and I don't think I've ever really cared too much about materialistic stuff. So that's just not who I am. So anything I have right now, I don't know why I have that flight mode mentality, but I do. So I don't know. I'm not sure where this comes from, but I have the mentality in a sense to where if I needed to, um, if I needed to get up and go right now and I had, I don't know, 2 hours to do it, I already know where I would flick my eyes to. I already know what I would grab first because I know where all my important stuff is at. I keep everything in a certain space in a certain way so I don't have to think about it. If I had an hour to gather what I need right now, and I wasn't coming back, I already know what to gather. So it wouldn't be a big deal for me. Pots and pans, stuff like that, all that could be replaced. That's not important. None of that's important. They're cooking utensils. Um, like I said, special things that I have, they're in storage. So I don't think anything too much of it. So, but anyway, you guys, I just wanted to check in with you guys and say I'm still here, still, working on this channel. Because, I like talking to you guys. And like I said, I've said it a million times. This is very therapeutic. Talking to YouTube, anybody out there, if you haven't already started a channel, you should. The monetization, you can worry with that as well, but really just talking to your audience, trying to gather your audience, that's very therapeutic. It is. It makes me feel better about some things. And sometimes I come up with other options when I talk things out. I talk them out loud. Sometimes it makes things a little easier, so it's something that you guys may want to try, through your journey. So anyway, you guys, I'll talk to you guys later. You guys have a great day. Talk to you soon.